Couples' clash with their neighbors has taken an ugly turn. They say they're being threatened with racist yard signs and symbols, but the city admits their hands are tied because it's happening on private property. Only News 4 investigator Chris Negus has the very real story of bad neighbors that's now boiling over.
When I've had visitors come by and we come out on the deck and they look over there, they're like, man, what's going on?
He goes by Jacob, but wants his face concealed because of what's happening next to his home on Delmar.
All of St. Louis about to see you, Karen.
I don't care.
His neighbor Karen Hudson has no problem showing her face to defend the display that adorns her house.
Why is it okay to put Black Lives Matter signs up but not white?
But it's not just the White Lives Matter sign that has Jacob upset. He takes issue with the White Pride Worldwide sign hanging above the caricature of a black person eating a watermelon, which sits near windows with Confederate flags. But it doesn't end there.
What does the Raccoon City thing mean on the back bumper there?
It's where my son works.
He works at Raccoon City?
Yes. What is it supposed to mean?
I checked. According to state records, there is no business listed with that name.
And ain't a company on the planet named Raccoon City. Have you ever heard of Raccoon City?
If you Google the letters UBCS along with Raccoon City, there's reference to a fictional town in a video game called Resident Evil. But Jacob believes this bumper is aimed at him.
When I have neighbors like the vets next door who see this Raccoon City on the back of the car, when I'm outside doing yard work, a couple of them have walked up to me and say, man, what do we mean by that Raccoon City? But I'm like, they saying they live in the city of coons.
No question there is bad blood between these neighbors. Karen claims it started when her dog went to the bathroom near the property line. She says Jacob overreacted and made racial comments directed at her family.
And only after he went off on us about everything racial, that's when we said to ourselves, okay, you want to start a little race war, then you know what, you're calling us racist, we will put up all kinds of stuff so that if that's what you want to believe and you tell everybody, then fine, feel free to look at it. That's why we did it.
So you admit this is aimed at your neighbor?
Yes. And only him.
Can you understand though how your neighbor sees this as a threat?
No, I don't.
Both sides call the other side racist, and now they coexist a few feet from each other. Not only is it ugly.
Yeah, whatever, Karen. Stop lying, Karen. You Karens all over America been lying and getting caught.
It has the potential to get worse. Jacob takes issue with the target practice poster in the window and claims lasers have been pointed at him.
Karen, have you pointed lasers at them?
Yes. I pointed at their camera. Because
you a damn liar.
Jacob says he will defend himself.
Y'all trying to provoke us to kill you. And I want the city to know, that we dealing with white supremacists who constantly try to provoke us in this age of provocation.
He's calling you a white supremacist. Are you a white supremacist?
No, I'm not. None of this was ever up. We are friends with everyone around here except for him.
So you're not taking any of this down?
I'm not taking it down. No one can make me take it down.
And she appears to be right. The city is not aware of any ordinance that would force the removal of signs like this one. So this will continue to be the view from Jacob's deck.
In our neighborhood, which is 99.9% black, these white supremacists moved next door, and at first they was covert with their racism. Then it began to be overt.
I'm getting tired of the Black Lives Matter being shoved down our throats. I'm getting shoved down my throat everywhere I go. Black Lives Matter signs. No, all lives matter. All lives matter. Everyone. Even his pathetic life.
There's an old saying, good fences make good neighbors. These neighbors might need a bigger fence. Both parties have now installed security cameras on their homes as a matter of protection from each other. Chris Negus, News 4 investigates.